Thanks for stopping in. Going to do a little detailed explanation over the next couple of days because we have a lot of weather moving in. First, of course, the cold air that's pushing in tonight with wind chills dropping well below zero as we go into the next couple of days, and definitely trouble on trouble tracker. And then the cold temperatures, of course, not the only story. Snow as well moving our way, so keeping an eye on lake effect snow getting going. But I do want to also point out that you can find all this information on our Storm Team 27 app. It's easy to get if you haven't had it at the App Store or also on Google Play. It's simple to download. And if you do have the app, and I just updated mine myself over the last update, you can go in and tweak the different warnings that you may get, or whether or not you want a text alert or audio alerts involved with it. A lot of details to change. Go into your app if you already have it, and you can adjust some of these. Maybe you're not getting all the information that the app shows. Let's talk about the cold air first. Here we are, 8:30. The temperature's still sitting right around 20 degrees tonight, so the cold air isn't here yet. It's sliding in, though, just to our northwest. Looking at temperatures in the single digits across Wisconsin, below zero up in Canada. Northern Minnesota, 8 below zero right now in International Falls. And all that cold Arctic air will be spilling in here overnight. So that temperature drop already in the teens in northwestern Ohio is going to sweep our way toward tomorrow morning. Now, as it does, it will fire up lake effect snow, which is already going. But those bands you can see are moving mainly along the lakeshore, just in extreme northeastern Ohio. I'll zoom in a little bit closer here, show you what I'm talking about. Just off the shore of Ashtabula, here we are, 8:34 tonight. This band will work its way southward, though, as the night goes on. And a lot of times you can check out to the west to see where those bands are going. Out here in Michigan, I'll turn that off. You can see how some of these bands are just starting to turn more to the southeast just a little. And that'll be the trend as we go into tomorrow morning across northeastern Ohio. So as this Arctic cold front drops on through, it's going to bring a burst of snow, and then we'll get into more lake effect as we go through the day. Future Tracker doing a nice job tonight handling some of this lake effect that's moving through. I'll go ahead and work you through it. Here's a look at 11:30, 12 o'clock. Again, that band kind of dropping its way across Trumbull County. So the northern snow belt is going to see the most snow first, and then it just starts dropping its way southward here into early tomorrow morning. And this is what I'm concerned about. 5:30, 6, and 7 o'clock in the morning drive time for your Thursday morning. And you'll notice that snow band, a big part of it across Mahoning County, even stretching into Columbiana County. So you've heard me talk about the snow belt a lot, but it doesn't mean that snow's not going to push southward first before it lifts back to the north, because that'll sweep on through here. And then as we get into the afternoon, it starts to lift back northward and makes its way back into the snow belt of Trumbull and Mercer counties, where it's going to sit as we go through Thursday night and into early Friday morning, and then that moves on out. So snow will slowly start adding up, and that's why I've upped my totals just a little bit across parts of Mahoning County, also down into Columbiana County here with that band coming in. So this is what I'm looking at. Now, this will be total snowfall as we go into Friday morning, anywhere from a trace to up to 2 inches. Now, if that snow band that I was talking about tomorrow morning bumps a little further south in Columbiana County, this is a very cold, of course, fluffy type of snow because of the temperatures being so low. That may be up just a little. Now, a lot of the snow is also going to be wind driven, so a lot of blowing snow around that may blow those totals around. Mahoning County, anywhere from a trace to up to 4 inches. Now, I say that in total snowfall, again, because of the heavier snow band that tries to push in the morning. If you're a mile or two on either side of it, you're not going to see a whole lot of snow out of it, but the risk is there for several inches of snow. The heaviest will be across Trumbull and Mercer counties, thanks to the fact that, number one, it comes through first and then it lifts back north and sits across the snow belt for a big part of the day. So a lot of snow to talk about with the cold air, and with that cold air we do have these wind chill advisories going across Trumbull and Mahoning counties, also down into Columbiana County. These start tonight, they continue through the day tomorrow and into western Pennsylvania as well through Friday morning. And that's because those wind chills are going to drop to 15 below zero at times. Here's one of the computer models. We'll go ahead and take you through the rest of tonight. And again, watch how these wind chills just start dropping on into tomorrow morning. Here we are, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, down to 14 below zero across Columbiana County, 10 to 15 below zero through the day tomorrow. So just frigid air moving in here, dangerously cold air as we go through our Thursday right into Thursday night. Wind chills still 10 to 15 degrees below zero. And then through Friday morning, we'll finally start to pull out of this. And by midday Friday, hey, at least the wind chills are back above zero. We'll warm up a little bit, and then the next storm moves in. So tonight, turning colder. Snow showers developing. It could be a little tricky tomorrow morning for travel off to work. Give yourself some extra time. It's definitely going to be cold. And of course, those wind chills well below zero are a problem. Let's move ahead. This storm gets out of here. We do start to warm up on Friday, and I do want to touch on the weekend storm. And I won't take up all your time tonight, but I do want to touch on this weekend storm because here's the problem. In fact, instead of using this smaller picture, I just want to take you to the bigger picture to show you where this storm's coming from, because this is a different type of storm that's going to make its way out of the south here as we go into the weekend. So here's Friday. As we work our way into Friday evening, notice this big heavy snow shield that moves from Ohio and it loops on up into Wisconsin and Michigan. That will sweep through here as we go into Friday night. Now this storm is just developing, so what will happen is it starts pumping in a lot of warm air, and that's when we're going to go over to a mixture here at home, a wintry mix as we get into Friday night. Now the amount of snow Friday night is questionable. I'm seeing two different solutions here, one of which is pushing out 4, 5, up to 6 inches. The other only a couple of inches before this changeover takes shape. So a lot of it is going to hinge on when this wintry mix changeover happens. Here's a look at Future Tracker. Again, light snow showers developing late Friday. We will warm up to around 20 degrees into the low 20s and then keep warming up on into Friday night. Snow showers just get heavier and heavier as we go into 9, 10, 11 o'clock. And then as we approach early in the morning, see the pink showing up? That's a wintry mix that's trying to form for us. And here's the good news. Yes, we're going to get into this wintry mix, possible freezing rain as the snow changes over, but it will go to all rain as we get into Saturday, and temperatures getting above freezing. So even if we get into this icing event for a short period of time, the temperature is going to keep going up, and that'll help melt that off. So we will go into rain as we go through the day Saturday. Look at the temperatures into the 40s. We'll start melting off some of that snow out there. But this little warm up doesn't last too long. In fact, by the time we get into Saturday night, the rain changes back over to snow. So a very up and down forecast. Not looking as stormy once we get this storm out of the way this weekend. So here's a brief look at your 7-day forecast, and that is about as frigid as you get here for December. December 15th, a temperature a high of 12 tomorrow. Cold, blustery. Snow showers continue on and off through the day. Again, the heaviest by afternoon and evening up into the snow belt. A little break Friday before the snow showers return. And then as we go into Friday evening, Friday night, snow moves in. Decent blanket of snow possible. Again, I'm looking at a couple of different solutions here, but I think 2 or 3 inches a pretty good bet at this point. It could be a little higher if that takes longer to change over. And of course, the other direction, if it changes over a little earlier on early Saturday morning. Again, that's the big question right now. It does all go over to rain after we get through that wintry mix, and then turning colder back to snow Saturday night. Temperatures on Sunday upper 20s, but that'll be early, and they actually start falling through the day, and we're into another frigid start next week. Temperatures on Monday low 20s, and then a nice little warm up starting as we get into our Christmas week. And a little bad news too. Later in the week, it looks like a storm's trying to come together and bring us rain and warm temperatures. So the white Christmas still on the table here, questionable. Because these storms that come in with these rain and warm temperatures, we'll have to keep an eye on it to see. But that's a long ways out. We got a lot to go through starting tonight here at home. So thanks for spending a few minutes. Hopefully I helped you out trying to explain in detail what I'm looking at here as we get into tonight and tomorrow. And be careful. I'll tell you what, this is going to be some dangerous cold out there. Check on your neighbors, especially your elderly neighbors if you can. And don't forget about those pets. They need all the blankets they can get, or rather warmth that they can get, straw if you can get a hold of that to get in their boxes if they have to stay outside. And also, of course, checking the water to make sure it's not frozen. And food's always good. Keeps that energy up in those bodies. So be careful out there, and we'll have another update as soon as we can. If not, I'll see you tonight at 10 and 11 on 27 First News.